Most people in 2025 have heard of Ethereum. Ethereum was the first blockchain outside of Bitcoin. Back in 2014 or so, Vitalik Buterin was trying to raise money for Ethereum as a venture-backed company. He went to Sand Hill Road down in Silicon Valley. He pitched to every VC he could find. They all said, no, this is crazy. That actually is what led to what we now know as the ICO boom that happened in 2016, 17, 18, and led to where things are today. But I say that to say is that the rejection part of that process is an inherent part of the startup process. And the best way I would analogize it is just because a VC tells you no does not necessarily mean your vision is bad or your plan or that it won't work. There's often many other things going on. A typical venture capital fund, it may be from $5 million to $25 million in size. They're basically playing a game of thinking in bets, which is a book by Annie Duke. I recommend you read it. And what the premise of that book is about probabilistic thinking. But what VCs are doing is, let's say we've got a $20 million fund, our max check size is $500,000. They may set aside additional money for follow-on investment, which would mean a second round of investment, a third round, etc. But they are trying to spread those bets because they know that depending on the stage they invest in, the companies may not work out. Not every venture capital fund is going to invest in initial ideas. Those are called seed stage ideas. That could be literally you and your buddies, etc., in a basement with an idea on a piece of paper, meaning the VC is investing basically in you and your ability to execute and your idea. Now, beyond that stage, you may be at a Series A, a Series B, a Series C, etc. As you progress on that hamster wheel, the market traction of your idea has changed. By fact of you getting to that next round, it means that you have become more successful in solidifying a product market fit. And the types of investors that are interested in becoming involved in your company change. The angel investors, the friends and family, the series seed funds that come into your fund at that idea stage, those are not the same people. They don't have the same risk profile as folks who come in when you start generating cash flow, when you start scaling beyond 20 or 30 employees, when you start planning to expand internationally, etc. And so all these are considerations to keep in mind that, for example, if you have an idea and you are knocking down the door of VCs who don't even invest in seed stage businesses, you're already wasting a ton of your time. And the final point on learning from rejection is that rejection is a part of the process. VCs are very busy. They're looking at thousands of companies. You may have the next Coinbase or the next Facebook. However, the human being who was charged with looking at your pitch deck, they may not have slept that night. They may have something else going on in their life. Or everyone may love what you're doing, but the one person who sits on that investment committee who has the yes or no just doesn't get it. That doesn't mean that your idea is not valuable and going to get traction. That just means that this person didn't see it. And I would like to say that, God will just catch up with them on the next round. I say that to say that's the mentality you have to have. You have to be relentless, as the original name of Amazon, since we're in Seattle. That was the original name that Jeff Bezos had chosen, and tells you a lot about his mindset and what you still see them doing today.